The TV Kojiko sports presentation.
Friday night in Mississauga, the Niagara IceDogs finally got their offense going and racked up 10 goals in a rout of the majors. Today, they'll see if that can continue as they face one of the best puck stoppers in the OHL in Trevor Can. It's the IceDogs and the Peterborough Petes on the OHL tonight.
Live from the Gatorade Garden City Complex in St. Catharines, it is the OHL tonight on TV Kojiko. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Al Galloway, along with Steve Clark and Ed Burkholder, as we get set to bring you all the action between the Peterborough Petes and the hometown Niagara IceDogs. You know, the IceDogs, as you just saw, coming off a huge 10-2 victory in Mississauga on Friday night. The Peterborough Petes, on the other hand, are 0-4 in their last 4 games, and we had a chance to talk, as always, to both head coaches prior to tonight's game about what to expect based on those records this afternoon. Here are Mario Chiquilo of the IceDogs and assistant coach of the Peterborough Petes, Jody Hull.
It's a new rink for these guys. We first time in here, but you know, we're going to tell the guys is to play a simple game and work hard for 60 minutes. We know that's what the IceDogs are going to do, so we just have to match their intensity.
Well, you know what, in Mississauga, all they were doing is what we've been telling them since the beginning of the year: just shoot the puck, get some traffic to the net. And I guess they finally decided to do it on Friday night there in Mississauga, and good things happen when you do the little things.
And we'll get a chance to see if the teams will be able to pull off those game plans this afternoon. Right now, with their thoughts on this afternoon's game, let's send it upstairs. Here's Steve Clark and Ed Burkholder.
All right, thanks very much, Al. And Ed, it's amazing what happens when the coach's message gets through, and it's a simple one: shoot the puck. We saw the IceDogs get shut out Thursday against Plymouth 4-0, a complete turnaround as they rout the Mississauga St. Michael's Majors 10-2.
Well, absolutely. We've been saying that the whole season. Shoot the puck, shoot the puck, shoot the puck, and finally did it. They busted the game open with 10 goals.
And we just took a look at Andrew Loverock, who will be the starting goaltender for the Niagara IceDogs. The 19th consecutive start for Loverock, 3.43 goals against average.
Matt Parente just getting his OHL All-Star sweater. Alex Pietrangelo.
And there's a bit of a concern, Ed, for IceDog fans in the fact that Alex Pietrangelo, dressed in the sharp-looking suit, he is out with a lower body injury, and with Matt Parente out with an indefinite suspension, vital cogs on the defensive end for the IceDogs.
There's no question there's 2 huge missing parts of the link, but now it's time for Josh Day and Drew Sistel to step up and show their offensive firepower. And the Buffalo Sabres took Drew Sistel for his offensive punch, so let's hope he can step up to the plate today and commit a couple offensive rushes.
Pietrangelo and Parente, along with Caputi and Legion, will represent the OHL in the Canada-Russia Challenge that's coming up for the next week or so. We'll talk more about that during our second intermission as we get ready to go here with the Peterborough Petes taking on the Niagara IceDogs. And at this time, we will pause for the national anthem.
Performed today by Shawnee Talbot.
Oh, Canada, our home and native land, true patriot love in all thy sons command. With glowing hearts we see thee rise, the true north strong and free. From
powerful rendition of the national anthem. We take a look at the starting goaltender, not Trevor Can, as a lot of people expected. Jason Mission, a limited action, 1.84 goals against average. One of those victories, a shutout, 7-0 victory against the Erie Otters.
Well, he's 2-0 right now. That's the magic number.
We talked about Andrew Loverock, 19th consecutive start. One wonders when he's going to get a day off. 11-7, 3.43 goals against average, and a .900 save percentage. And yeah, you do have to wonder about Loverock and his stamina as the season goes on. But I mean, as you've made a reference before, these are young athletes.
Yeah, they're young guys. And if you talk to Loverock, he wouldn't want it any other way. Loves playing every night. And until they get a number 2 guy in here that can offset him, you'll have to keep the duty going.
There's the officials, Brent Holdsworth and Marty Kerman, the referees, Jason Finley, Tim Steen, the linesmen. The line combinations there for the Peterborough Petes and the Niagara IceDogs. And again, some more shuffling on defense for the IceDogs with both Carente and Pietrangelo, and also add Scott Fletcher out with injuries. We're underway, and Tracito, who played defense on Thursday, shoots it in. Bobby Davey will peel back in his own zone to the half boards for Sorial, and now going through the middle for Tater. His shot is stopped by Loverock, and Tracito will cycle it around and gave it away to Tater, and we'll have our first whistle of the game. And it looks like there's an injured Peterborough Pete behind the play, and there's also is there a penalty coming up on that?
The ref's got his arm up. That happened way behind the play. Not a lot of people saw it. He's going to call interference on the IceDogs. And right off, here's a look at it here.
It's an innocent collision.
Calling it on Peterborough. Thank goodness for talented cameramen to pick that up. A lot of people in the rink didn't see it because it was way behind the play.
Well, we saw the referee's arm go up for an eternity, but he didn't make an official call.
So the IceDogs have the line of Legion, Caputi, and Foreman, with Josh Day and Drew Schistel on the point. A surprise game-time decision for Matthew Mione to be back in the lineup today, number 18. Been out a while with an injury, back in the lineup, help out the defense corps. I don't think they wanted to get him back in so early, but they had no choice with Alex Pietrangelo falling to injury as well.
And we take a look at the home record for the IceDogs, Ed, at 5-5. Probably a little bit disappointing as they get used to the new digs. Petes are 3-3 on the road. So Sorial will pick up the penalty, and the IceDogs are on the power play. Caputi deflects one into the netting, and finally Ed Burkholder, the IceDogs broke out of their power play doldrums on Friday with 4 power play goals.
Yeah, and that's just what the doctor ordered too. I mean, when you can score 10 goals on an away game, I think they've got their confidence back, not only on the power play, but 5-on-5. And Legion got a hat trick, so certainly you see big things from him now. Get that monkey off his back.
IceDogs 16th in the power play, 16.5% as Legion handles the puck. For Caputi, back to the point for Drew Schistel. Across for Luca Caputi, walks in off the half boards, drops it for Legion. And he'll fake a pass to Caputi. Now he will go to Caputi down low. Schistel at the point, wristed through a crowd. Save made by Mission. Armstrong with an opportunity to clear, and he'll take it out and shoot it down the ice himself. The Petes ranking 13th in penalty killing with 77.3% efficiency. Legion takes a pass from Schistel, and Legion will peel it back. Turns in, whips a pass across for Foreman, deflected by Bastian. Caputi can't handle it behind the net. It's picked up by Davey. To the line no further. Josh Day falling down, but able to keep the puck in. Yves Bastian will try and free it up and get it out. Scrambly play, but the IceDogs were able to maintain control. Caputi has it now behind the net. He'll peel back the screen, falls down, centered. It bounced off somebody through the crease, and it's loose in the lip of the crease. And finally, it's jammed wide. Caputi with a wraparound attempt on the other side. Here's Foreman. He tried to get it back to Day, who was sneaking in off the point. Bastian picks it off, and he's away 2-on-1 with the Bird. Short-handed, Bastian with a move, trying to get it to Thurberge. And a good diving play was made by Schistel. 20 seconds left to go in the IceDogs power play. Schistel wants Swift, who tried to sneak in behind the defense, and that was picked off by Bogosian. Here's Caputi for Swift, and just offside with 11 seconds left to go in the penalty to Justin Sorial.
Well, pretty good start so far. I mean, Niagara on the power play got maybe 2-3 shots on net. Here's the replay. The Petes took possession of the puck, came down on a 2-on-1. Drew Sisto did a pretty good job of breaking that up.
Van Laren and Meoni with a touch pass to Swift, who tips it in. LaPlante is back to rip it around the long side. Penalty is just about over, but the Ice Dogs have control in the Pete zone. Van Laren can't keep it in, and he'll shoot it in on the delayed offside. Zach Bogosian will retreat behind his net, and he'll pick up the puck and start it off for the Peterborough Petes. The assistant captain eludes Swift, gains center, and will shoot it in. Bergeron will lift the stick of Walchessen. Speeding behind the net is West, getting it back to the point for Davey, and he'll shoot it in. Van Laren falls down, but was able to boot it to the corner. West again trying to work it free. Swift will meet him and head him off with the pass. Here's Michael Swift. Agazino wasn't looking and couldn't take the pass, and Davey will rip it right back in. Chris Van Laren. Up for Jason Bergeron, and Bergeron gains center, makes a move, shoots it in, and then he needs a change. Arturs Kolda is back for the Petes. And his pass finds Tater, and then Tater will shoot it in. Schistel away from the checking of Branislav Rihas. Friesen got wiped out, but got it to Siska. He shoots and it's deflected. There's a penalty coming up on the play, and it's going to the Peterborough Petes, and the Ice Dogs will have their second power play.
Well, we know special teams is such a huge part of the Canadian Hockey League as it is in the NHL. And the Ice Dogs are going to go to their second power play of the game in 4 minutes of play.
Peterborough Petes come into this game on a 4-game losing streak. The losses to Plymouth, or to Brampton, Kingston, London, and Belleville. Swift to D'Souza, Merritt stationed in front of the net. D'Souza down low for Merritt. Back to the point it goes for Michael Swift. Wrister through a crowd, and it just missed. Sanderson got a shot, and Mission steered it away. Here's Sanderson at the half court, dropping it back for Michael Swift. Across for Legion. This is an unusual alignment. Legion shot through a crowd. Loose for D'Souza, and Sanderson was sniffing around for a loose puck as well. Back to the point. Swift, Sanderson, back to Stefan Legion. Hill White shoots, scores! It was deflected, but the Ice Dogs using 5 forwards on the power play, and it pays off, and they open the scoring.
Well, you can see the Ice Dogs did a little revampation with their power play. Got the umbrella going at the top instead of at the bottom. They're moving the puck along well. Puck goes from corner. Legion takes the shot. I think it's Andrew Marin in front of the net that deflects it. Actually, it's a Peterborough player deflects it. I think Legion's going to get that goal. And they're off to a 1-0 lead with 15 minutes to go in the first period.
And Stefan Legion, who had a power play, a hat trick against the Mississauga St. Michael's Majors, gets a power play goal here. So we think. And it's 1-0 Ice Dogs. The Verge will shoot it in. Swift and Sanderson will draw the assists on the goal. Tip through. Here's Ben Siska. His shot is knifed wide. Friesen, he takes a bump on the play. McEachern will pick up the pursuit in the forecheck. Out for Schistel, jumping in off the point. Great move by Schistel, but it had his stick lifted the last second by Bastian. Kept into the point by Siska as Friesen got spilled by Thaberge. Chad Lowry to settle for Zach Cassian, and Cassian will rip a long one in. It's a wide of the net, and Day couldn't hit Caputi with the pass, as the puck is iced by the Peterborough Petes with 5:20 gone in the first period.
Well, Legion's goal there was a nice low shot right to the ice, and it deflected off Peterborough. Pete ended up in the top shelf. You always tell your defenseman, nice low hard shot from the point on that power play. A little tougher for the goalie to pick him up.
Tracito's shot goes wide. Legion almost had it right off the boards. Soria will break it out with a pass for Rihas. His shot is steered aside by Loverock. Rihas eludes the hit of Tracito. Back behind the net for Sorial. He'll try and turn Foreman around. Sorial looks to cut to the front of the net, centered it. That was blocked, and it finds its way to Loverock, who will cover. And that breaks a lengthy home scoring drought for the IceDogs. They've been shut out 2 games in a row until that goal by Legion at 4:17.
Yeah, to get a goal in the first 5 minutes of play is a huge weight off their back, and they're pretty pumped going into the game. Talking to a couple of players before, they were like, we're not going to take a chance. We're going hard tonight.
Joey West and Michael Swift on the draw. And Schistel, after Swift won the draw around for Agazzino. Schistel will try the other side. Swift checked right away by West, and he'll calmly play it back to Van Laren. Up it goes for Agazzino, away with Bergeron. Shot coming, save made by Mission, rebound into the corner. Now, while Chesson can't move it very far, he'll get another opportunity. Takes a bump from Bergeron, but got it to Joey West. Cross ice for Bobby Davey. He shoots it to the Niagara blue line. Swift is there to pick it up with a pass for Bergeron, and Bergeron turns and then gave it away to Elis. Elis will make his way in high slots, and his weak shot is going to be easily stopped by Loverock, who will hold for a face-off.
There's a great example. Bergeron going the wrong way. He had the puck right at the red line. He had nobody in front of him, so he ended up trying to drop it back to one of his players, and now they're forced with the defensive zone face-off. When in doubt, get it in deep and then go get it.
John Armstrong, Chris D'Souza on the draw. D'Souza wins it. Tracito around for Andrew Merritt. Off the boards and kept in by Armstrong. Pat Daly controls at the half board, cycles for Armstrong, too far for him. Picking up the battle behind the net is Harnden. Back to the line, shot wide by Lowry. Chipped out by Tracito, settled by Sanderson. He boots it for Merritt. The big winger comes down and knocks it into the corner. Harnden is back, takes a bump from D'Souza, and Sanderson there to pick it off. Sanderson takes a bump from Lowry, and it will come out free for John Armstrong. He'll chip and charge, pressuring Tracito. Tracito will bump him lightly into the boards, but Armstrong emerges free with the puck. Looking to cycle it for Pat Daly. He gets checked right away by Tracito. There's a penalty coming up on the play, and the Peterborough Petes will have their first opportunity with the man advantage. Tracito will get the gate.
Well, we see John Armstrong for the Peterborough Petes. Calgary Flames took him in the 2006 NHL entry draft.
There's the official tally of goalless drought for the IceDogs. 137 minutes and 30 seconds. I almost forgot how to say he shoots, he scores for Niagara. Cue cards help. Hold up for Bastian. Schistel will pick it off. Swift backhands a high one down the ice. Holda cross ice. That was deflected out of play, as Cassian couldn't handle the pass.
Well, the Petes were born in Peterborough on October 1st, 1956. And before that, they were the Kitchener Green Shirts.
Much improved name.
Yeah.
Long history of junior hockey in Peterborough. Dick Todd, there's another penalty coming up on the play to the IceDogs. It'll go against Swift. Armstrong makes a move on Schistel, try to center it through the slot. Picked up by Theberge. He's behind the net with the puck. For Armstrong, back to the point for Bogosian. Armstrong, the captain, walks out, centered it across. And Harnden couldn't get a really good shot away. And as the IceDogs touch it, it will be a two-man advantage for the Petes.
Michael Swift's going to get it for Slash. You can see right here, two-hander, boom, right on the stick. Now the IceDogs are down 5-on-3. They're going with Schistel, Josh Day, and Caputi up front. Get the triangle going. Peterborough has a lot of firepower on the ice right now.
Armstrong, Daly, and Harnden with Bogosian and Kolda in defense. And Kolda has him right now. Across for Bogosian. Bogosian, pretty good position. He goes down low, though. For Daly, Bogosian, shot save Loverock, and he will hold.
Loverock's so good at sniffing that puck out, especially when there's traffic in front of the net. And these Petes are pretty big, and they've got someone standing right in front of them trying to throw that screen, and they're working it out on the perimeter, especially that 5-on-3. There's a lot of open ice out there.
Minute to go in the two-man advantage. Bogosian will control for Kolda. Across for Bogosian. Touch pass back for Kolda. Right in front for Daly, and he fanned on it. It was a pretty good opportunity for Daly. Back it goes for Kolda. Kolda will wind and shoot, and Loverock with the save. And again, there's no rebounds.
Niagara doing a good job on the triangle here. Legion's going to replace Caputi.
Schistel and Day will remain on the ice. Armstrong wins the draw clean, back to Kolda. Bogosian one-timer, Loverock save, rebound shot wide by Armstrong. Daly behind the net, couldn't control, and the Ice Dogs were able to send the Peterborough power play back deep. 25 seconds remaining in the two-man advantage, and Bogosian leads the charge for Harnden, turns it over for Legion, and Legion is away, and it's a foot race with him and Kolda able to retreat to knock it away from the speedy Legion. Bogosian with 8 seconds left in the two-man advantage. He makes a move to gain the blue line, drops it back for Kolda. Armstrong, back for Daly, back to Armstrong. Armstrong, across it goes. Tracito is back on the ice and immediately joins the play. Armstrong at the half boards, makes a move, he's in the high slot with a shot. And that one's deflected away from the net. Armstrong will pick it up again. Back it goes for Bogosian, he winds and rips one wide. Van Laren only as far as Kolda. Daly down low. Bouncing out front and backhanded to the line and no further by Van Laren. 18 seconds left on the power play. Bogosian will tee one up and that was deflected wide by Armstrong. Tracito with an opportunity to relieve the pressure, and he does. It's a high one for Legion, and Legion will cut in short-handed with a move. He's got it. Good save made on the shot by Legion as Mission robbed him. Penalty is over. Ice Dogs are back to full and even strength, and with the momentum of a short-handed opportunity by Stefan Legion.
Well, they did a great job killing off those two penalties with their #1 penalty killer in the box, Michael Swift. Here's Legion. Creeps up over the blue line, makes a nice move here, and throws it to the opposite side, but Mission made a nice reaction save there.
Legion, who scored short-handed in Friday's game against the Majors. Ed, that's 11 short-handed goals for the Ice Dogs this year.
Well, they're so quick and shifty that they surprise a lot of the teams with their speed, especially through the neutral zone.
Off the draw, Matthew Mayoni for Drew Schistel. He whips a good pass for Foreman, who couldn't control it at center. Foreman will pick it up again, takes a bump from Davey, kept going though. Bergeron to Foreman, and a save made by Mission, who will hold on.
Nice play there by Foreman. Showed some nice hands, nice little give and go with Bergeron. But Mission closed that 5-door pretty quick. Here's a look at it here. Foreman takes a bump, keeps control. Bergeron takes it, little backhand to Foreman, takes a shot. Saw that 5-hole Mission, you can see it's pretty big on him. But he closed the door pretty quick.
Bergeron and Tater on the draw. Bergeron lost it and then bumped Riley Brand behind the net. It'll come free for Tater. Across the other side for Sorial. He takes a bump from Schistel, bouncing. And a good opportunity there out of nowhere by Rihas, and Loverock makes the save and holds on.
Well, Mayoni did a good job of defending Rihas there because Rihas is a pretty quick hockey player. Matthew Mayoni's got some good speed on his own and did a very good job of controlling him. Look at the Ice Dog bench, they're pretty fired up tonight. And sometimes when you have a couple of your stars out, the other guys rise up to the occasion and say, look, I could be a superstar too, watch.
Bergeron try to whip a cross-ice pass, picked off by Tater. And at the blue line now, Foreman and Bergeron looking for a loose puck, but Sorial has other plans. Bergeron digs it free, takes a bump from Tater. Now it goes for Foreman. He tried to feather one for Agazino. Drop back to the line, and Tracito has trouble with it. And then there's a whistle behind the play. Rihas almost broke out, but he lost his stick.
And the Ice Dogs got a little bit lucky on that because Rihas had Tracito beat and he was gone. If it wasn't for that whistle.
Tracito again dropping back and playing some defense for the Ice Dogs.
He's done a great job back there. Anytime a coach can ask a player to go from forward to defense, you know he's got a pretty valuable player there.
The Ice Dogs picked up a power play out of that. Sorial's back in the box. Caputi. Again, it's 5 forwards on the ice for the Ice Dogs. Caputi will take the feed from D'Souza back to Swift for Caputi. Knocks it back for Swift. Swift with a wrist shot to a crowd, and it was knocked out of midair by LaPlante. D'Souza for Caputi at the half boards. They'll walk in. LaPlante deflects it into the corner. Back out to Caputi. He'll feather one back for Michael Swift. Swift in the slot down low for Caputi, and Caputi couldn't find the handle to get a shot away. West will pick it up. Checked right away by D'Souza and Caputi, and D'Souza will come free with the puck, cycling it for Barry Sanderson. Back to the line for Legion. Legion, middle of the ice, winding and shooting, and that one's deflected high and out of play. And Ed, what about this 5-forward alignment for the Ice Dogs?
Wow, you got a lot of forwards out there. Luca Caputi, that's why the Pittsburgh Penguins took him. The work that he does in the corner, I got to tell you, he comes up with a puck 90% of the time. He's a big-time workhorse. He's very nifty with a stick, very dangerous on the offense. Look for big things from him in the NHL.
Sanderson, who has played a little bit of defense this year, will now take a point position. Now he'll allow Swift to drop back. Swift and Legion remain on the point. Swift pressure by Harnden. Here's Legion in the slot, winding and passing it to Sanderson. Back to the line it goes for Swift. Swift has all bunch of trouble controlling it. Goes to Barry Sanderson. Harnden has lost his stick. He's broken it, actually. Big advantage here for the Ice Dogs. Legion back to Swift. Swift in the slot will fake, go to Legion. Legion will fake a shot as well. Down low for Caputi. Back to Legion. He'll wind and shoot and rip one wide. Andrew Merritt gets it back for Legion, across for Swift. Swift will fake the shot, go down low for Sanderson. 23 seconds left on the power play. Swift, high slot, wrist shot is blocked by Armstrong, and Swift and Armstrong battle. It's kept alive though to Sanderson, to Legion. Legion with a shot, and that one was blocked by Harnden. Legion back to Swift. Swift, wrist shot blocked again by Harnden. He's been more successful without his stick, and it comes out beyond the blue line. Legion wants one more rush on the power play. And he's dancing, and he's in the slot to Caputi with a shot, and rebound, they score! Barry Sanderson on the lip of the crease, and the Ice Dogs lead 2-0.
What a great final effort by Stefan Legion. Carries the puck in, he had 2 white sweaters go on the net. He ends up putting it in front of the net. Here's a good look at it here. Legion carries it in, walks the blue line, looks up, he's got 2 centers, or 2 forwards going to the net. Caputi, there you go, Sanderson and Swift. I don't know if it went off Swift or Sanderson. The replay we'll be able to see on this angle here. Caputi gets it to the net, and I think it was Michael Swift that put that puck in the net.
Whacked it out of midair. Nope, giving it to Sanderson right now. It's not a power play goal, as Sorial had emerged from the box, but he hadn't really rejoined the play yet. Here's Friesen. Siska will tip it for McEachard, and McEachard is away with Friesen and Siska. Shot will go across the face of the goal. Out to the line, Day takes a bump but keeps it in. Friesen will pick it up, and they'll stop it right there. The ice stick making contact with the puck.
Well, there's the Peterborough Petes has a very rich history of alumni in the Niagara area. Just to mention a few Welland boys: Doug Speck, Larry Shapley, Bill Heward, Todd Clayton, and Jamie Tardif. All wore the burgundy and white of the Petes.
Van Laren will backhand one in. Mission gives it away to McEachard. Brand will bump him right away. Bastian looks to move it. Nice bank pass for Theberge. Brett Theberge will shoot a high one in. Nice hit on the play by Cashin on Van Laren. McEachard hops over Friesen's stick. Cashin, oh, he had Friesen lined up and just missed him. Josh Day will retreat, turning away from the checking of Rihas, and now he's in trouble and will backhand it to Van Laren. Bergeron with a nice stop-and-go move for Agazino. In flight, Agazino made a move and was stopped by Bogosian. Through the middle, Rihas. And now in the high slot, Joey West couldn't really get a shot away. For Agazino at the half boards. Agazino had a hat trick in the first period in Friday's game. Schistel takes a bump, able to get it over the blue line. Calder will shoot it in on the delayed offside. Tricito will lead the break for Niagara. Good move by Tricito for Michael Swift, cutting down the off wing. Ends up in the corner, bumped by Calder. Cycling it back, and it's picked up by Bobby Davy. Tricito to Drew Schistel. Schistel through the middle, tipped in by Bergeron, and Bergeron wants the forecheck. And he'll pressure Davy. Armstrong will take it on the half boards. Sanderson lines up Daly and bumps him. That allows Tricito to shoot it in right on mission. He'll drop it for Calder. Arturs Calder for Pat Daly. He'll shoot it in. Tricito will pick that one off and retreat behind his net. D'Souza can't handle the pass. Brand will rip one in on the opposite side. Drew Schistel will patiently set things up behind the Niagara nets, and he'll leave it for Chris D'Souza. D'Souza to center, shoots it in on a delayed offside, and as Brand touches it, they'll stop it right there with 4:19 left in the first period.
You look at the shot clock tonight, so far it's 12-12. Very deceiving when you look at that shot clock, because it looks like, seemingly anyway, it's been all IceDogs so far, but when they're playing 5-on-5, the Petes have had some pretty strong offense going.
Petes had a two-man advantage earlier in the period in which they weren't able to convert. Merritt can't handle the pass. LaPlante knocks it free for Wall Chesson. Shot in, and Matthew Maoni will retreat behind his own net. He makes a nice move and speeds up, uses the wall to get it to Andrew Merritt. Merritt down the right wing, the big winger, shouldered by Wall Chesson. Beautiful pass to Day, walking in off the point. He shoots and scores! A bullet by Josh Day to the top shelf, and it's 3-0 IceDogs.
Well, that's what you're talking about when you got Pietrangelo and Corrente out. Who steps up? Matthew Mione makes a beautiful play in the defensive zone, moving the puck up. Josh Day ends up being a fourth man on the rush. Sanderson finds him on the top of the circle, and he roofs one right up top, knocks the water bottle right off the net. Here's another good look right here.
Yeah, nobody picks up Day, Ed. Nobody.
No, well, he's a smart. That's Merritt. Throws it up to Day, and roof.
Foreman right off the faceoff will shoot one in as the IceDogs look to keep the pressure on. Cash in for Bastian, and Bastian is flying with a shot. Loverock with the save. Leone clears the rebound. That's Josh Day's first goal of the year. Day, great vision to whip a pass across to Legion. Legion inside the blue line. He gets bumped by Bogosian. Caputi will help out behind the nets and take a little feed from Legion. Bogosian will try the other side. Cash in, gave it away. And now Legion couldn't move it, and Bastian inside the blue line. Drop pass for Bogosian, rips a wrist shot. Loverock with the save, and he'll cover. Schistel and Cashin exchange shoves, and now we've got something going. And Foreman throwing punches. While the crowd might appreciate it, Foreman might pick up a penalty out of this.
Well, I think Tricito's down there in the ruckus too.
Legion and Thaberge have something going on.
We'll get a look at it in a second or two. Here we go here. A little bit congested in front of Loverock. Loverock makes the initial save, and Peterborough goes and gives him a little snow. And Schistel takes a little bit of offense to that, and then in comes Foreman. Foreman will haul him down there and throw a little punch, point.
And Ed, the extra penalty will go out to Foreman, and that's one of those undisciplined penalties that the coach will shake his head at.
You know what, you're right, it really is. I mean, they got a 3-0 lead. There's really no, what are you going to do when the guy's down? What kind of punch can you really throw? Get his number and then make an appointment later if you want retribution, but not now. Now's not the time.
So Armstrong and Swift on the draw. Arturs Calder looking for Zach Bogosian. Pat Daly. He'll shoot it in and pursue himself. Swift there to knock it for Tricito. Around for Agazino. Agazino backhands it down the ice. Arturs Calder will retreat back deep. For Bogosian. Swift forces Bogosian to turn back. Calder at center will shoot one in. Daly is first to the puck. Schistel right on top of him as it's backhanded behind the net. Tricito, he's got some time and some space, and he shoots it down the ice. Zach Bogosian with 12 points in 14 games on the season. Up for Harnden. He'll turn. Shoots it into the corner for John Armstrong. Day will take it away from him. Armstrong gets it back for Kolda. Across for Bogosian. Kolda at the top. Kolda will shoot it through a crowd. It's just wide, and a lively bounce on the boards goes right to Legion. Watch out, Legion and Caputi are away. Caputi has it now. Back to Legion. Legion with a quick shot. Good save made by Mission. Armstrong for Cashion as things open up with Peterborough on the power play. Cashion looks to settle and control. Reeves Bastian. Davey can't handle it. It'll hop out over the blue line. And then as Bastian touched it.
Well, you can see why they're so successful on the penalty kill when it comes to offensive power on the penalty kill. Legion and Caputi turned this into a 2-on-2 and almost score, which most coaches are just happy with clearing the zone on the penalty kill. The Ice Dogs are used to getting a couple of scoring chances on their own penalty kill.
15 seconds left to go. And the penalty to Jordan Foreman. And Brett Thaberge backhands one in. That was gloved out by Schistel. Cashion whips a pass across for LaPlante. Sanderson's right on top of him. Here's Cashion losing control of it. Schistel. Nice stop and go move on Thaberge, and he gave it away to Bastian. Back behind the net, he goes to Thaberge, centered out front. Loverock is covering with a good pad save on the follow-up opportunity. Back to LaPlante. Thaberge, shot coming, and that one hits Loverock in the mask. Bastian tries to center it for Thaberge. Penalty is over. Ice Dogs back to full and even strength. And Merritt, he got nailed on the play by Thaberge, but did his job. Naoni up for Barry Sanderson. Sanderson with an inside move and was stopped by Kolda. Merritt will follow up for Foreman. Quick shot save made by Mission. Oh, and the rebound came free, but the referee's whistle had already sounded.
Sanderson, Merritt, and Foreman have been pretty shifty for the Ice Dogs tonight. Created some pretty solid scoring chances. Here's another look at one. Foreman got that shot off. He had the roof. That top box glove corner picked out, but Mission came up with a pretty big save.
Swift and Tater on the draw. Back it goes for Van Laren to Josh Day. He shoots one into the corner. D'Souza will take it behind the net. Takes a bump from Kolda. Good job by Kolda to tangle up D'Souza, but D'Souza kept the skates moving. 18 seconds left to go in the period. D'Souza with a backhander through the crease. Swift with a shot through a crowd, and that one pinballed wide as it was deflected. Out front again for D'Souza. Great save, Mission, and Swift shot the rebound wide. 5 seconds left in the period. Peterborough trying to hang on, and the first period will come to an end with the Ice Dogs buzzing. And the crowd to its feet, appreciating the effort by the Ice Dogs. They got 6 in the first period on Friday against the Majors, and they get 3 in the first period here to lead the Peterborough Petes 3-0 after the first period. First intermission festivities coming up. You are watching the OHL tonight on TV Cogeco.
Back at the Gatorade Garden City Complex in St. Catharines, 1 period of play in the books, and it's a 3-0 lead in favor of the hometown Niagara IceDogs. And graciously joining us under the circumstances is Zach Bogosian from Messina, New York. And Zach, not too many players make it to the OHL from Messina.
No, not a lot of kids play hockey there, but it's a pretty small town. But you know, it's a good place to grow up, nice and quiet. But yeah, it's all right.
You're having a bit of a tough go. You're 0-4 coming into the game today. You were saying you're going through a bit of a slump as a team. What can you guys do to break out of that?
I think we just have to get back to basics, you know, getting pucks deep, finishing all our checks, and just playing simple hockey. I think, you know, if we get back on that track, I think we'll be all right.
We're talking off camera before the during the break here, during the intermission, about the fact that you personally are having a pretty good year. You're in your draft year. Does that ever enter into your thoughts when you come to the rink?
I try not to think about it too much. I'm just taking it a game at a time and just try to stay calm out there and just do my job.
Anything in particular that you want to work on this year?
Pretty much everything. I mean, everyone can improve on anything, so I think that's just pretty much coming in every game, taking it simple and taking it a game at a time. 3
goals and 9 assists. You're chipping in quite frequently on the offensive side of things from the defense. Is that kind of always been your game?
Yeah, I like to throw a little bit of offense in there too, but I like to play defense too. So I am a defenseman, so I need to take care of my own zone first. So.
Okay, well, we're going to let you get back to the room for a well-deserved rest. Good luck to you and the Petes the rest of the way.
Thank you.
Zach Bogosian of the Peterborough Petes. He and his teammates are behind by 3 right now. And when we come back after the break, we're going to take a look at the National Rowing Championships that took place this past week in Welland. Stay with us. You're watching the OHL tonight on TV Cogeco. Back at the Gatorade Garden City Complex in St. Catharines, it's a 3-0 lead in favor of the hometown IceDogs over the visiting Peterborough Petes. And let's take a look at the scoring summary so far in this opening period. Stefan Legion on the power play at .417 from Swift and Sanderson. And then Swift gets his second point of the game with a goal and an assist. Caputi and Legion each have 2 points on the day so far as well. And finally, Justin Merritt getting the assist on Josh Day's goal as Day moved in from the point nicely at the 16-10 mark, and that's where we stand at 3-0. Taking a look around the Ontario Hockey League this afternoon, the Kitchener Rangers out in front of the Battalion in Brampton by a score of 1-0 in 1. Oshawa over Kingston 3-0. Of course, the Frontenacs continue to struggle so far this season. The Guelph Storm out in front of the London Knights 1-0. Plymouth and Mississauga tied at 0 in the first period. Coming games on the OHL tonight on TV Cogeco. For the people in Peterborough, you will have the Belleville Bulls in on November the 8th at 7 o'clock to take on your Petes from the Memorial Center. And here in Niagara, November the 8th, you'll be able to see the IceDogs and the Barrie Colts live from the Molson Center in Barrie. Game time there is 7:30 on the 8th. And then next Sunday, Remembrance Day, 2 o'clock from the Gatorade Garden City Complex. The red-hot Windsor Spitfires will be in town, and that'll be our first look at the Spits so far this season. You're watching the OHL tonight on TV Cogeco. At the Gatorade Garden City Complex, 1 period of play in the books, a 3-0 IceDogs lead. Swift, Legion, and Caputi all with 2-point efforts so far in this hockey game this afternoon. With more on their thoughts, let's send it back upstairs. Here's Steve and Ed.
All right, thank you very much, Alan. I guess the key thing is that when the IceDogs, when they have an embarrassment of riches like they had on Friday, in which they had 10 goals, the key thing is to keep the momentum going, and the IceDogs did just that.
Well, certainly. I mean, they didn't have a strong game Thursday night against Plymouth. They regroup, they go into Mississauga, they whump them, they come back, they got a great start here. And that's a good sign for Coach Shaquille and General Manager Dave Brown, that when you go down and you play a bad game, that the guys come back and respond with a positive energy and get that win on the road. That certainly shows a lot of team character in the guys that are stepping up tonight, like the Josh Days and the Drew Sistos, because Corrente's out. That's a huge quality in the IceDogs this season so far.
And I guess the ability to get scoring from unlikely sources. I mean, they got a hat trick from Magazino, who has chipped in from time to time on offense. And then today it's Josh Day getting his first goal of the game, which was an absolute beauty.
It was beautiful. He's always a fourth man on the rush, and it's great to see him rewarded. And he fired that puck where Mission couldn't get it. And Mission impossible.
Nice, very nice.
Just came to me right now.
Shot in by Schistel right off the faceoff. If you're joining us late, we should note that the Ice Dogs still missing Matt Carente, who's under an indefinite suspension, and also Alex Pietrangelo out with a lower body injury. Scott Fletcher also not playing, so a depleted defense core for the Ice Dogs. Davey at the point will wind and shoot it, hit his own player. Armstrong, Daly will follow it up behind the net. And he gets it back to the point for Kolda, for Davey. Good control here by the Petes. John Armstrong checked in the corner, able to get it to Harmden. Out for Daly at the half forwards, stopped by Merritt. Back to the line it comes. Kolda will keep it in, across for Davey. Davey with a shot through a crowd, and Loverock somehow saw that. Another shot is deflected high towards Loverock, batted out of midair. Merritt tries to settle it and clear. Armstrong takes it away, back to the line. Kolda keeps it in. Schistel will pick it up, and Schistel able to chip it out and down the ice. Arturs Kolda with Merritt in hot pursuit. Kolda turns away from him. Kaskian can't get it past center. Then he does shoot it in. Schistel, he gets tripped up and can't move the puck. Tricito around the long side. Gave it away to Bastion. There's a penalty coming up on the play, and it's going to be an elbowing call coming to the Peterborough Petes. It's a penalty picked up in the offensive zone, and the Ice Dogs are back to the power play.
Well, the Ice Dogs have been pretty effective on the power play so far. It's good to see Josh Day and Mayoni getting a little power play time. They deserve it tonight.
Well, Mayoni looked like he was just coming into his own when he got injured. He takes a bump. Got it for Legion. He'll shoot it in. Josh Day chips it for Caputi. He can't handle it. Day will try again. Caputi missed that one. LaPlante, the big defenseman, moves it smartly up to Bastion, and Bastion is away 2-on-2 with the Burge. Bastion to the outside, and Gloverock with the glove save, and he'll hold on for the faceoff.
Yeah, we've mentioned that before with Andrew Loverock. He'll cover it if he can. When you're on the power play, you try to move that puck to your defense partner if you can have any chance of moving it. Last thing you want is a face-off in your defensive zone on the power play.
Armstrong and Foreman, and the Ice Dogs were trying to, didn't have nearly the contingent of players that they wanted out on the ice. Still got 6 players out, and Josh Day will have to leave. So will Schistel.
Charging him with a late change there.
Back to the line for LaPlante. He'll hit Foreman with his shot. Caputi releases Agazino, and Foreman is in flight with him. Agazino will gain the zone. 5 forwards on the ice again for the Ice Dogs. Swift for Caputi. He drifts into the slot. Down low it goes for Agazino. Back to Caputi. Agazino in the corner. Caputi looks back to the line for Swift. Across for Caputi. He'll wind and shoot. Save made by Mission, and the rebound was available. Legion couldn't get to it. Swift will whip it across the opposite corner. Agazino try to get it to Caputi. Strange bounce, finds his way back to Agazino. Saved by Mission, and Mission covers up the rebound with 50 seconds left on the power play.
Well, there's a little confusion in the defensive zone coverage because Caputi and, there's a replay there, Caputi slap shot. Legion does a good job at keeping it in the zone. But that last change, Chiquila wanted to get it 2 forwards off and put the D back on because the faceoff was down in the defensive zone, but the ref already had his arm up.
5 forwards will remain on the ice. Back it goes the line for Swift. He makes a move around west, across for Caputi. Down low it goes for Foreman. Jordan Foreman. Caputi, they wanted to work a give and go, but Caputi will have it back to Foreman. Shot was blocked. Back behind for Agazino. He gets it to Michael Swift, back to Agazino, working off the half boards. Down low it goes for Luca Caputi. Back to Swift. Swift in the slot with a wrist shot. That was deflected high. Foreman, Agazino, and now to Caputi. Good control here by the Ice Dogs. Swift across for Foreman. Cross ice for Caputi, across for Legion. And it went over his stick, and finally, Malchesson able to ice the puck. Penalty about to expire. Foreman takes a bump, got it to Merritt though. Merritt out front for Legion, now it's into the corner. Legion will pick it up, and Legion dances back to the blue line. Penalty is over. Legion shoots one through a crowd. That one's into the corner. Kept in, and it's Caputi in the slot with a shot, and Mission with the save, and he'll hold on.
Another great shift by Luca Caputi. So dangerous in the corner. How he comes up with that puck sometimes, I'll never know. But he's pretty dangerous in that offensive zone.
D'Souza wins the draw back for Van Laren across for Day, and he chips one into the corner. Barry Sanderson at the half courts, cycles for Andrew Merritt. Merritt works his way behind the nets, and he gets bumps by Tater. Merritt for Sanderson. Chased by Lowry. Sanderson for D'Souza. He gets stapled to the boards by Tater. And then D'Souza falls down. Sanderson chips it for Merritt. It's a good forechecking shift for the Ice Dogs. He gets poked out for Sorial, and he can't move it. Riley Brands. And then taking a bump was Rehas as Sanderson tumbled awkwardly into the boards. Dietz just relieved the pressure out to center. D'Souza for Sanderson, and the Ice Dogs are back. Sanderson will chip it in, and he'll go for a change as he takes a bump from Cassian. Riley Brand with a quick restart for Bastian. Good move by Cassian with a quick shot. Saved by Loverock, and a good follow-up save as Loverock robbed both Cassian and Cleberge.
Loverock did a great job on that first stop and then let a juicy rebound go, but he reacted quick with a nice toe save on the rebound. We'll get a look at here. He stops the initial shot. Right here, boom. That's a little bit of a rebound and stops that second one.
Schistel to Agazino, whips a pass across the Swift. He'll shoot it in. Agazino's in full flight. And he knocks down Bobby Davy with a good hit. Thurberge for Bastian. Schistel stopped him at the line. Agazino for Swift. He's away with Bergeron. Swift will turn back at the half boards and back behind the net, and Holda bumps Bergeron. Here's Agazino, gave it away as he tried to get it back for Schistel. Cassian for Thurberge, poked away. Cassian will follow it up. Pete shoot it in on the delayed offside. So Schistel has a lot of time to move the puck here for the Ice Dogs as the Petes are changing. Schistel then gave it away right at center to Daly. Daly with a shot. Loverock takes it right on the crest and holds on.
Right now the shots are 20 for Niagara to Peterborough's 21. And Niagara knows that if they let up for 1 minute, Peterborough will be all over them.
Armstrong and Foreman on the draw. Harnden tried to get a shot right off the point. Harnden gets it again. Daly in the high slot, but on the backhand. They'll go to the corner, chased by Josh Day. Armstrong couldn't settle. Harnden will follow up. Tricito falls down, but knocked it away. 4 players battle for the puck in the behind the net. Armstrong will emerge free. He turns against Foreman. Foreman staying right with Armstrong, and then he shoulders Armstrong. Harnden now checked by Tricito. Here's LaPlante coming off the point, picked off by Legion, and Legion is away with Caputi. Watch out, Legion with Caputi going to the net. Saucer pass to Caputi, penalty coming up on the play as Caputi couldn't convert on the other end. And with a transition rush, the Ice Dogs are back to the power play.
Well, they say good things happen when you go to the net. Caputi was going strong to that. Legion had him. Replay here, Legion will throw it up for Caputi, and LaPlante has no other choice than to take Caputi down, and that's what he does, and he's going to the box for 2 minutes. Great effort by Legion and Caputi.
You know, you see Legion practice that pass before the game, and he hit it perfectly.
Yeah, he's always practiced saucer passes, and Caputi's always on the other end of them.
Day across for Swift. It's a hooking call. Caputi. Legion back for Josh Day. Day across for Caputi, and Caputi ends up careening into Mission, and Caputi's going to pick up a penalty for goaltender interference here as he tried to control with his skates. And that'll do it for the IceDogs power play after just 20 seconds.
And Niagara's just scratching their head at that one. Goaltender interference, we'll get a look here. Perfect play by Josh Day, by the way. And there's Caputi, there's the call on Mission.
Mission had been studying his Dominik Hasek videotapes as he went to ice rather quickly when Caputi made contact with him to ensure that the referee made the call. So Daly can't control. Holden takes a bump from Sanderson. Here's Armstrong to Daly. Picked off by Merritt. He wants to get Sanderson going. Merritt and Sanderson, now they're flying and they're inside the blue line. Sanderson, he gets checked on a good play by Bogosian. Meoni, and Meoni dances off the point, but Merritt takes a bump on the play from Kolda. Meoni caught in deep and now has to recover to his defensive position, and Daly gets it to Armstrong. It's a 2-on-1 with Bogosian. Watch out, here's Armstrong. Save made by Loverock, and Bogosian couldn't get to the rebounds. Josh Day for Matthew Meoni. Meoni with some room to wheel, and he dropped it to Merritt, who was going off on a change. Watch out, Armstrong has it hit his skate. Back for Rivas. There's a shot and glanced off the blocker of Loverock. Davey in deep, bouncing into the slot. Day able to chip it away. Davey there with a blind backhand pass. That doesn't find anybody. And Day rips one off of Bogosian down the ice. 31 seconds left in 4-on-4 action, then Peterborough will have a brief power play. And Bogosian will drop it back for Bobby Davey. Here's Tatern. And Tatern works against Van Laren. Tatern hits Van Laren's skate, and Swift is away with Agazino, and Schistel is jumping into the rush, and Agazino will take it to the outside, initiate some contact with Bogosian. Schistel trying to make a move. Good stick handling by Schistel. He got it across to Swift. Swift to Agazino. Quick shot, and that just whistled wide. Brief power play for the Petes. Rehis will shoot it in, and it's in on the delayed offside. Now it will be stopped for offside with 14 seconds left in the Petes power play.
Well, both teams came out to play in the second period. At last shift, Matthew Meoni made a couple stinkers there, just rookie mistakes. One was he rushed it, made a nice rush. Instead of getting it deep, throws a drop pass to a guy that's actually changing shifts. So he's got to be aware there. The other time he pinched in when he shouldn't have, and Peterborough went down on a 2-on-1, but that'll come in time.
Cassian can't get it past Day. Brand tips it in on the delayed offside. Josh Day, realizing he's shorthanded, just sends it down the ice, and that will do it as Caputi is back on the ice. Both teams back to full and even strength. Cassian off the wall, shooting it in. Tricito, he checks over his shoulder and then dropped it right to Cassian. Stapled into the boards by Foreman, and Cassian tries to pull his way. Tricito works against the verge, up for Legion, across for Caputi. He's away with Foreman. Drop for Foreman. Caputi going to the net. Caputi can't take the return feed as Kolda was checking him. Kolda will now lead the rush with a pass for Thaverge, and he'll shoot one in. Cassian pursuing Schistel, who turns it neatly up for Caputi. Now back behind the net. Cassian controls with Thaverge out front, so now Cassian cycles to Thaverge, and Bastian will occupy the front of the net before drifting to the corner. Schistel around the long side. LaPlante will pinch in and keep it alive. Now Tricito. Nice feed for Caputi, away with Foreman and Legion. And Caputi's pass hits the skates of Healis. Here's Thaverge, high slot shot blocked by Tricito. And Bogosian will drop it back into his own zone, and Mission has to play it. There's Zach Bogosian. He eludes McEachern, dances to the blue line, shoots one in wide behind the net. Van Laren checked right away by Healis. McEachern for Siska, and he can't handle the pass as Bogosian for West. Strange hop off the board. Siska will wrap it in right on Mission. Bogosian with a dangerous move, but he got away from McEachern, then gave it away to Friesen. Back to the line now for Schistel. McEachern chasing Davey, around it goes. Healis can't move it. Bogosian again will try the long side, and Walchisen couldn't handle it, but it came out to center. Friesen dropping it back for Chris Van Laren and the IceDogs. look to settle things down here. Schistel through for Friesen. Friesen, high slap with a shot. He scores! Alex Friesen, the Niagara-on-the-Lake native, makes it 4-0 IceDogs.
That's a great example of simple hockey. You got nowhere to go, get it to the net. That's what he does. He gets Mission off guard, and he ends up roofing one. Here's a look at it here. Runs out of real estate. He's got no options. He takes a look for the pass. He's got no one to go to, so he gets it to the net, and that's a smart hockey play right there.
It's a momentous goal for Alex Friesen. Local product with his first of the season right here on home ice. Leone falls down as it comes out offside. You have to wonder, that was a high rising shot and on a rolling puck. But Mission had no screen in front of him and he just missed it. Shot in by Lowry. And Tricito as he touches it, there's a penalty behind the play. It's an interference call against the IceDogs, and Barry Sanderson is heading to the penalty box with a quizzical look on his face. Interference is the call. Armstrong and D'Souza on the draw. Armstrong gets thrown out, and Daly will come and replace him. Daly wins the draw, back to the line for Calda. Down low for Daly. Tricito bumps him right away. Armstrong will pick up the battle behind the net. Day with a good defensive play around for Andrew Merritt. Picks the open ice and sends it all the way down. Here's Zach Bogosian. The big defenseman with a feed for Arturs Calda for Daly. Daly at the half boards. Good move by Pat Daly. He gets it for Harnden. Back for Calda. Harnden turning at the half boards. Daly out front it goes. Bogosian sets up Calda. Bogosian will fan on it as he tried to direct it towards the net. Armstrong drops for Daly. Daly in the corner. Moves to the half boards. He'll cycle it for Armstrong. Merritt will bump Armstrong lightly, and Armstrong turns away from the check. Daly with a quick shot, and that was blocked by Tricito. Armstrong will retain control for the Petes. Down low for Calda, across for Daly with Harnden out front. Daly will come right around, backhands it, stop made by Loverock. Merritt will pick up the rebound, only as far as Calda, who blocks it neatly at the line. 43 seconds left to go on the power play. Harnden for Daly, and Daly couldn't handle it, and it's ripped off the glass and down the ice.
Tricito doing a great job on D for the IceDogs, I got to tell you. All 6 feet, 195 pounds of him. He is playing very well on the point.
And blocking shots. Bastian will bring it in on the offside with 19 seconds left to go on the power play. And Tricito, Ed, is just one of these guys. He just wants to contribute in any way possible.
Well, he's got a great attitude. He's a good kid. He's working hard. He'll play any position you want, and he's effective no matter where you put him.
Picked up from the London Knights in the offseason. The Virgin Legion on the draw. Van Leeuwen will poke it down the ice. Bogosian with a good pass for Kassian. And Kassian, he had the Verge going to the net, back for Davey. Bogosian will tee one up, and it's a high rising shot. Well over the net. Penalty about to expire. The Verge with control. Loverock will block the centering pass and hold on as Barry Sanderson escapes the penalty box.
Well, we were mentioning how rich the Peterborough Petes are in history. Some of the players they've produced are pretty impressive. The Eric and Jordan Stahl, Chris Pronger, Steve Eiserman, Bob Gainey, Mike Ritchie, Ty Domi, a couple coaches, Scotty Bowman, Roger Nelson, Gary Green, Mike Keenan.
Several Hall of Famers in there, both in the coaching staff and with the players.
We can't forget Dick Todd.
Oh. Foreman tries to make an inside move on LaPlante. Swift will shoot it in as he takes a bump from Davey. And Davey with a long, harsh look at Swift as it's covered up by Mission.
Dave White, please go to the printing house booth. That's Dave White to the printing house.
7 minutes even to go in the second period. IceDogs in firm control, leading 4-0.
Well, IceDogs' big difference from Thursday night's game here against Plymouth is they're doing the small things right. And Coach Chiquillo said it in his pregame interview with Al that they're going to try to concentrate on just doing those small things right, and that's what they're doing.
Swift in the plant, bump Swift out front for Foreman, and Foreman couldn't get a real opportunity away. Sorial trying to move it against Foreman. Bergeron in to help out. Davey will take it away from him. Foreman can't move it further, but him and Bergeron are doing a good job of forechecking here. Davey with a couple of shots to the solar plexus. Back for Dave Maoni. He'll flip a high one in behind the net for Swift, and LaPlante will bump him lightly. Swift keeps the skates moving, and he's free with the puck. Tried to get it back to Maoni. Instead will go to Foreman. Swift located in the slot with a one-timer that he ripped high. Josh Day gives it away for Davey. And a risky pass across for LaPlante, and LaPlante for Rijas. Now we got something going behind the net as Davey and Swift continue their battle. Mission will settle for big Jake LaPlante. Sorial gives it away. Friesen, he takes a hard bump from Tater, and as he shoots it in. Davey around for Lowry, given away at the line. Tricito's shot was blocked, and now it's bouncing to center, and Tricito will backhand one in. Lowry chased by McEachern. Siska will come in and help out. Batted free to the line and kept in by Tricito. Siska in a race with Lowry, and Siska got an opportunity and a shot away that went wide. Harnden. This is great pressure here by the IceDogs. Forechecking well against the Peterborough Petes. Friesen can't handle the pass, and Armstrong is there to turn it up ice, and then he gave it right to McEachern. And McEachern promptly shoots it in. Riley Brands up for Harnden, and he'll shoot it in on the diagonal. Daly will bump Schistel, and that allows Armstrong to try and create something. He'll work against Schistel behind the net. D'Souza pushed into the boards by Harnden. Merritt with some time and space on the other side. Flipping it up for Sanderson, and knocked it out of midair. Lowry stayed right with him. Here's Reggie Tricito wrapping one in on the delayed offside. IceDogs want to change. Lowry kind of muffed his pass, and Merritt was alert. Lowry will try and backhand it around the other side, and D'Souza picked that one off. Down low it goes for Andrew Merritt, and again the IceDogs in control. Sanderson will take a bump from Brand, but Sanderson, he's got the puck for D'Souza. Day has jumped in off the point. Out for Merritt with a quick shot. Mission with the save. Back to the line to Josh Day with a shot through a crowd, and that deflected wide. Merritt fanned on a follow-up attempt from a sharp angle. D'Souza, checked by Armstrong. Armstrong tries to move it against Sanderson, and D'Souza will pick up the battle at the half boards. Legion is now on the ice, and finally they blow it dead with 4:04 left to go. And the IceDogs doing a great job, Ed, of forechecking.
Well, they certainly have, and they're winning those little battles along the boards and in the corner, and it makes a huge difference. And what they're doing really well tonight is they're not fooling around with it in the neutral zone. They're getting it quick and going and getting it. Great example along the wall. Friesen knew he was going to get crushed, but he stepped up, grabbed the puck, and dumped it in, and got a change, knowing that he was going to get hit hard, and he took one for the team.
Legion's high riser gave Mission some trouble. Here's Bastian working against Van Laren. Bastian with a shot from a sharp angle. Loverock with the save. And with no rebounds, with 3:51 to go in the second period. Thurberge and Foreman on the draw. One by Thurberge, back for Bogosian. Down low for Cashin. He gets hit into the boards by Van Laren. Thurberge centered it through the crease. Legion will pick it up, but he's away with Caputi. And watch out, here comes Foreman. There's a drop pass for Caputi, and he loses a big hit from Bogosian. Caputi gets it for Foreman as Bogosian had lost his stick. Legion back to the line for Maoni. Maoni back to Legion, and Legion has to turn away from Cashin. He does, and ends up into the corner. Back for Maoni. Quick pass across for Tricito. All sorts of traffic in front, but Tricito's shot is blocked. Bastian for Cashin. Working against Maoni. Legion will bump Cashin as he shot it in. Meoni is checked by Helis, and he'll turn it over. And Helis with a drop pass for Davey. Davey on the backhand, tried to get it to West, and Meoni with a good recovery. Helis with a shot off a sharp angle. That hit the outside of the net. And then Meoni up on West, he got free, and his shot was deflected by Foreman wide. Legion away from Walchesson. Up for Caputi with Foreman and Legion 3-on-2. Here's Legion. Legion with a shot from a sharp angle, and it's wide. Day will keep it in the line, and he fanned on his first attempt. Shot it to Foreman. Back it goes for Schistel. Fired hard for Legion. Quick shot saved by Mission, and Mission holds on.
Great play by Legion and Schistel. A little give and go there. Schistel's got such presence of mind. He's got great vision for the ice out there. I'd love to see him get a little more power play time personally, but he's so smart. Legion gave it to him, and he gave it right back to Legion. Quick shot on net, and he almost got it in the 5-hole.
Swift wins the draw. Back to Van Laren. Shot through a crowd. Deflected it. Van Agazino scores to make it 5-0 IceDogs.
That's what they're getting. Coach Chiquillo said, I want you to shoot the puck tonight, and that's exactly what they're doing right off the face-off. Quick shot, rebound, and they're right there. Gonna look at it here. Yeah, nice little rebound there.
And Agazino with his 4th goal in the last 2 games. Agazino's 9th goal of the season.
IceDogs goal, scored by number 9, Andrew Agazino.
Bogosian.
All started with that face-off win by Michael Swift.
Bergeron and Swift on the assists. Agazino chips it free for Swift. Tater takes a light bump. They'll try to get Bergeron going. It was tipped by LaPlante. Bergeron will pursue it. Mission has to quickly play it for Rihas. Bogosian retreats as Rihas' pass was deflected. Again, the IceDogs. Sanderson with the backhand follow-up attempt, and D'Souza was robbed. Out for Tricito, and Tricito was jumping in off the point. Sanderson. Back for D'Souza, chip for Merritt. Merritt is stopped by Tater. Rihas with a backhander, he gave it right to Sanderson. And Sanderson will chop it behind the nets. LaPlante will try again, bouncing in front. Tater unable to get it out. Tricito will retreat with a pass for Josh Day. Merritt will tip it in. That's going to be right on Mission. And a few derisive cheers come down for Mission as he covers up the easy shot.
Well, he's faced 33 shots tonight, and he makes a nice save here. Reid throws the pad out, shows his reach.
Foreman and Armstrong on the draw. Riley Brand will retreat. He just wants to ice the puck, and he does. It's right on Loverock, though. And Reggie Tricito looking at home on defense. We'll leave it for Jordan Foreman. He's watched by Armstrong. Great pass for Legion. Caputi in motion towards the net. Dropped it back. Here's Tricito. He makes a beautiful move, goes to the corner, and tried to center it out front, and that one hit someone. The line kept in by Foreman. Caputi tries to turn Lowry around, and Caputi shields nicely. He centered it out front, picked off by Brand. And Harnden will shoot it in right on Loverock. Day gave it away to Armstrong. Armstrong gave it right back to Day, and Day makes a nice move, got it to Legion. Legion in the off wing with a hard shot, and the save was made by Mission. As the period expires, another good 20 minutes put together by the IceDogs. Goals by Alex Friesen, his first of the season. Andrew Agazino's ninth. Make it IceDogs 5, Peterborough Petes nothing after 2 periods of play. Second intermission festivities coming up. You're tuned to the OHL tonight on TV Cogeco.
Back at the Gatorade Garden City Complex through 2 periods of play, a 5-0 IceDogs lead over the Peterborough Petes. And joining us, a man who got his first ever OHL goal this afternoon, and it is none other than Alex Friesen, the Niagara-on-the-Lake native. And Alex, how did it feel?
Well, you know, there's no feeling like it. It's as if I were dreaming or something, but you know, it's great to get the monkey off the back and hopefully more to come. So.
And of course, we're going to give you a chance, if you watch on the screen right here, maybe you can describe what was going on out there for us. It'll come up right now.
Well, you know, it was just a great play by Shitter to get the puck to me, and I was looking for someone going to the net. I didn't see anyone, so I just kind of threw it at the net, and luckily it picked the corner and went right in.
What's been the biggest single change for you making the jump from AAA midget to the OHL this year?
Well, you know, I've said it before. It's basically everything. You know, the guys are bigger, harder hits. Your pass has got to be better. The speed of the game is much quicker. So, you know, it's been quite a challenge, you know, to get up to speed. But it's been fun.
What's the biggest factor of enjoyment for you out there in the OHL brand of hockey?
Well, you know, it's just great, you know, playing hockey at a high level like this. So, you know, it's really awarding, and you know, everyone's around supporting me, especially my brother, my family, so it's great. It's great.
And even more special that you get to do it right home here in the Niagara Peninsula.
Yeah, you know, not many people do that, so it's been awesome.
Did you get the puck?
We got it, yeah. We got it.
Good for you. Well, Alex Friesen, congratulations on the first one. Hopefully it's the start of many, many more for you and the IceDogs, and best of luck to you and the IceDogs the rest of the way.
Hey, thank you.
Alex Friesen of the Niagara IceDogs, he and his teammates are ahead 5-0 on the scoreboard. When we come back, we're going to have our own version of the OHL Roundtable as Steve, Ed, and I have a chance to talk about what's going on around the IceDogs and the league. Stay with us. You're watching the OHL tonight on TV Cogeco. At the Gatorade Garden City Complex in St. Catharines, a 5-0 IceDogs lead over the Peterborough Petes. And Steve Clark and Ed Burkholder will be joining us now as we get a chance to take a look at what's going on around the Ontario Hockey League, particularly as it centers around the Niagara IceDogs. And gentlemen, the ADT Hockey Challenge, 2 All-Star games against the Western League, 2 All-Star games against the Quebec League, and 2 All-Star games against the Ontario League as a team of All-Stars from Russia come over to take on the best that junior hockey has to offer in Canada. It has been dominated the last 4 or 5 years by the teams from Canada, but specifically in this area, 4 IceDogs, Luca Caputi, Matt Carente, Stefan Legion, and Alex Pietrangelo have all made the grade in the 2 games that the OHL will feature, and maybe we can talk a little bit about what they can contribute to this series.
Well, certainly it's no surprise that Luca Caputi, a draft pick of the Pittsburgh Penguins, Stefan Legion, a draft pick of the Columbus Blue Jackets, Pietrangelo is going to be a #1 pick coming up this year. And what this is all about is it gives NHL teams a chance to see the players that they've drafted already. It gives them a chance to see players that are going to be drafted this year. And it's the best of the best. And if they can have it where they're playing Russia, a lot of draft picks coming from Russia as well. So they get a good look at the 3 Canadian leagues in the Canadian Hockey League loop and get a good look at the Russians.
Yeah, and I really think that also, I mean, it's great for the IceDogs that have been selected, as you just alluded to, Ed, an opportunity to show their stuff against the Russians. They've chosen 2 good locations as well, Al, to play the games. They're playing the games in Sudbury, and they're playing games in Kitchener. And Kitchener with the Memorial Cup always draws a good crowd. And Sudbury, well, it's a hockey hotbed up there, so they should be playing to 2 decent-sized crowds here in Ontario.
Gets into 1 game, Legion and Pietrangelo get into 2 games, and Matt Carente gets into 1 game. Those games are Thursday, November 22nd in Kitchener, and that'll feature Caputi, Pietrangelo, and Legion, and then on Monday the 26th, that'll feature Carente, Legion, and Pietrangelo. And do you think the players really mind whether they get a chance to play only once or twice in this series?
No, I don't think so. You know, you get an opportunity. You know what? It's a long OHL season. There's 68 games. We've already seen some bumps and bruises hit the Ice Dogs already. Legion's missed a couple of games. Pietrangelo is out today. Carente's been injured and suspended. I don't think they mind just playing one out of the 2 games. And in fact, in a sense, I just think it comes at almost an ill-timed part of the schedule when the teams are just getting into the flow of things. And now there's a couple of extra games. I'm not quite sure the coaches are a little bit worried about their stars getting injured.
Yeah, I think from the point of view from the coaches, that's one aspect. If you look at the players, they're looking, we have to promote ourselves to the NHL clubs that have picked us or have yet to pick us. And they look, this is a huge avenue for them to show off their superstardom and really compete at the higher level. And they're pretty excited about getting in these games.
One of the players that'll be featured prominently in this series is a young man in his draft year this year, Steven Stamkos of the Sarnia Sting. And he and his teammates started out of the gate a little slowly this year. Now, mind you, they've come on strong lately. They're 7-3 in their last 10 games. But are you a little surprised that Stamkos and the Sting maybe haven't been a little more dominant this season?
Well, if you take a look at the division that they're playing in, though, Al, they've got the Sault Ste. Marie Greyhounds, who have cooled off after a hot start, and the Windsor Spitfires. Now, yeah, you're right. With Steven Stamkos leading the charge in Sarnia, bigger things are expected out of them this year. And for them to be only 2 games above 500, I know is disappointing to the Sarnia community, which really supports the Sting. They have high expectations, like the Niagara region has for the Ice Dogs this year.
Oh, there's no question. It's such a long season as well, and we're still in the infant stages of it. And a lot of teams are starting to gel, starting to make little changes in their roster. And I think Sarnia is going to be one of those teams that will end up fighting for one of the top 4 spots in the league.
Well, the Western Conference certainly seems to be where it's at, guys. You know, Kitchener, Windsor, the Sioux, and now Sarnia slowly creeping back in there. It looks like that's going to be a very congested race as things move towards the playoffs.
I'm sure Ice Dog fans are hoping that all those teams beat each other up in the playoffs on their way to the championship. You know, the Kitchener Rangers right now, I mean, they're the team to look for. I mean, they're 14-2 to start off the season. But don't discount, though, at the team that we saw a couple weeks ago, the London Knights, who started off 0-6 and have won 9 out of their last 10 hockey games. And they've been the hottest team in the league, and they're at 9-7, trailing the Kitchener Rangers by a large margin, but a team to watch.
You're right. One of the biggest stars in the league right now is Patrick Gruen. The Philadelphia Flyers drafted him out of the United Hockey League out of the States, and he's come in and he's the top scorer in the OHL. He's big, he's strong, he's got great leadership qualities, and you know the Hunter brothers are always competitive. Look for them to make a run as well this year.
You know, it always seems like the West is perennially the stronger of the 2 conferences, but what about the East? And, you know, you've got the Belleville Bulls, you've got the Niagara IceDogs, and and of course the Oshawa Generals can't be discounted. They're having a hot season along with John Tavares. Can the East successfully challenge for the Memorial Cup this year?
Oh, absolutely. I do believe that there are a lot of strong teams in the East. I mean, a team that's disappointed me, actually, it's hard to say that with a record of 10-5 is the Oshawa Generals. They've come out and laid a couple of eggs this year. I mean, they've been outstanding. They're like the little girl with the curl. They're either very, very good, but they can be very, very bad, and led by John Tavares. But I definitely think that there is depth in the East. And a team that I would watch out for in the Barrie Colts and also the Brampton Battalion. The Barrie Colts are a really well-coached team. We saw them walk into the Gatorade Garden City Complex and beat the Ice Dogs 2-0, and they're a team that plays a system well, and they're very disciplined.
I think the sleeper team in the East this year is going to be the Peterborough Petes. They're not showing it tonight, but they've got 2 all-star goalies in net. They've got Armstrong up front. They're very, very big. They've got great mobility, and look for them to make a pretty good run in the East this year.
And of course, you touched on the Brampton Battalion there. Can they mark as something as a surprise this season? I mean, Stan Butler always seems to pull something out of his hat. He always seems to be able to send a lot of players to the NHL and to higher levels of hockey through the draft. But can you describe them as a surprise with the likes of Hughes and Brian Pitton and company and Luke Lyons?
Well, I think you almost answered the question right there during when you tried to throw it up to Hisser, Al, because the key thing is Stan Butler. I don't think there's any better coach in the Ontario Hockey League, and there's a lot of good coaches in the Ontario Hockey League who's able to squeeze the most amount of his talent. And Stan Butler, again, Brampton Battalion, you always know that they're going to be a well-coached team, and the one player you didn't mention who had such a hot start to the season and really is the quarterback for them is Bobby Sanguinetti. And I really think that if you have a quarterback defenseman, you can go a long way in this league to succeeding.
Oh, he's a huge, huge asset to the Brampton Battalion. He was a draft pick of the New York Rangers in the first round, and look for him to create that leadership and that offensive scoring bunch that the Brampton Battalion needs desperately right now.
John Tavares of the Oshawa Generals. Does he get the go-ahead to get into the NHL draft, or maybe does he end up in Europe next year?
I think he's going to end up playing with the Oshawa Generals next year, Al. I can't see that they're going to tinker with that. And the worst-case scenario gets one more year of major. I don't know what the big rush is. I know he's ahead of his time, but let's be patient. Give him another year. Follow the rules. I don't think it would be any benefit to the OHL, the CHL, or Tavares to go to Europe. Play another year with the Oshawa Generals next year. He's going to be mature more, and he's going to be a #1 pick, and then off he goes.
And I mean, they've already made one exemption for Tavares to get into the league, and I always worry about situations like this when you look for precedent. Because if you allow Tavares either to jump to the NHL draft or jump away and play in Europe, or even though he's been tagged by the Toronto Marlies to sign an AHL contract this year, you'll see a lot of players thinking, well, if Tavares can get away with it, then why can't I jump a little bit early instead of playing with the Ontario Hockey League? Ontario Hockey League would be best to keep John Tavares in the league for another year.
Well, guys, I appreciate your insight. As always, there's an awful lot going on around the Ontario Hockey League, as there always is each and every season, and we'll get together for some more of these chats as the season goes on. You're watching the OHL tonight on TV Cogeco. Back at the Gatorade Garden City Complex, they see the score 5-0 for the Ice Dogs over the Peterborough Petes. Let's take a quick look at the scoring in that second period of play. And there you see it, Alex Friesen, as we said earlier in the intermission, his first OHL goal. Van Leeuwen and Schistel on the assists at 10:18. And then Andrew Agazzino at 17:38. Van Leeuwen, his second assist of the period. Swift with a goal and 2 assists on the game so far. Around the OHL, the Rangers lead the Battalion 2-1 in the third. Oshawa Generals over top of the Frontenacs 6-5, also in the third. The Guelph Storm out in front of the team that's been the hottest team in the league lately. They're London Knights 3-1, and Plymouth out in front of Mississauga by a score of 1-0. Peterborough Petes will get to see the Belleville Bulls in action on November the 8th, 7 o'clock at the Memorial Center in Peterborough. And then the Barrie Colts will play host to the Ice Dogs that same night, 7:30, also on the action pack from the Molson Center in Barrie. And then on Remembrance Day, November 11th, 2 o'clock in the afternoon, here at the Gatorade Garden City Complex, our first look at the Windsor Spitfires this season. The period is just about to get underway. Let's send it back upstairs to Steve and Ed.
All right, thank you very much, Al. We look forward to seeing the Windsor Spitfires in town next week. And the Ice Dogs, I'm sure, will have a little bit of revenge on their minds as they took a 6-0 pasting up in Windsor last week. Ice Dogs comfortably ahead 5-0 in this one as the third period is underway. D'Souza will get it to Sanderson, and Sanderson will retreat back into his own zone. Reggie Tricito across for Drew Schistel. Up for Sanderson, and that was picked off on the play by Armstrong. Darts towards the net, and Tricito took it away from him after Schistel impeded him on his way to the goal. Barry Sanderson whips a hard pass across for Schistel through the middle, tipped by Merritt. Arndon will settle it for Daly. For Armstrong, he's chased by a couple of Ice Dogs, takes a bump from D'Souza. Arturs Kolda will retreat with his defense partner, Zach Bogosian. And Bogosian gave it away to Merritt, and Merritt's blind centering pass picked off by Daly. Poked out to Harnden, and Harnden is away with Thurberge. Quick shot, Loverock with a glove save, big rebound. Van Leeuwen is there, stick lifted by Thurberge. Caputi drifts one across for Legion, a bit of a risky pass, but Legion with time and space will shoot it in. Nishian settling it for LaPlante. Cassian, Thurberge, and now Bastian has the puck. Bastian turns against Josh Day. Van Leeuwen behind the net as it bounced out front. Legion relieves the pressure, sends it down the ice, and ices the puck.
Again, one of the biggest things we've noticed tonight so far is they're using the boards, they're getting it high, they're getting it hard. They're not taking chances in that neutral zone or in their own end. And it's been a huge difference for the IceDogs tonight so far after 40 minutes of play.
Thurberge and Foreman on the draw. Thurberge wins it back to LaPlante. His shot is blocked by Mayoni. Legion is away at center. Legion with Caputi and Mayoni jumping into the rush now. Legion hits Bogosian with his shot attempt. Cassian able to clear. Bastian is up with Thurberge. Legion will occupy Mayoni's defensive position as it's shot in by Cassian. Mayoni for Caputi. He can't get it to Legion, and Legion will chase it behind the net though. Big LaPlante plays it around for Rihas. Here's Bastian with a slapper that whistles wide. Rihas knocks it free. Mayoni tries to get the puck away from him. Rihas shields. Pattern with a centering attempt. It is blocked. Legion whips one across for Caputi. Away with Swift. And here's Caputi in the slot. Beautiful feed to Swift, and Swift didn't get all of it. Caputi tried to center it out front, and then Bergeron kind of got low bridged by Kolda as the whistle goes for stop and play.
Caputi threw a nice pass to Swift, who was just popping a little bit on the ice. Swift couldn't get a handle on it, but another great play by Luca Caputi.
Swift and Tatum on the draw. The left to Jason Mission, back for Van Laren. Shot that's deflected just wide. Bergeron bumped by Rihas. Back to the line, Reggie Tricito with a shot deflected wide. Swift will pick it up in the corner. He fanned on his pass back to the point, and Sorial leads Rihas too much with the pass, and Tricito retreats back at his own zone with Chris Van Laren. Uses the wall, Bergeron tips it in. Kolda checks over his shoulder for Bergeron, and then takes it and turns against Bergeron behind his own nets. Then he gave it away to Agazino. Agazino wanted to center it to Bergeron. Sorial is in there looking for a loose puck. Kolda whips one out, and Sorial is away with Rihas and Tatum. Sorial's shot is stopped and held by Andrew Loverock for his 29th stop of the game.
Goaltending's been a little bit of a situation tonight as well. Loverock stopping 29 out of 29, and Mission stopping 30 out of 35.
There's a shot deflected over the net by Helis. Off the draw. Merritt to the line. Brand will stand in there, takes a bump from D'Souza, and that allows the puck to come just across the blue line. Shot down the ice, and West will pursue. Here's Walchesson away from Friesen, making a move in traffic. Helis can't move it, it's backhanded out. Brand will chip it back in. Schistel. Cross for McEachern and back for Drew Schistel, up for Alex Friesen. He's away with Siska. Friesen will shoot it in, didn't get much wood on it, but it still forces Lowry to pursue behind the net, but Friesen throws a hit on him. Ione pinches in against Helis, and now it's shot out. And McEachern will pick it up at center and wire it right back in. Here's Riley Brand, former Newmarket Hurricane. He gives it away at center today, across for Van Laren. Friesen can't take the pass. Brand will chop it just out over the blue line, and as McEachern brought it back in, it was offside. Petes have struggled defensively. They've given up 20 goals in their last 4 games and 5 here, and it's easy to see why they're on a 4-game losing streak coming in. Foreman will emerge free with a loose puck. Across for Caputi. And Caputi wire one in. Legion wires one. Rebound is in front of the nets after Mission made the first save and Foreman couldn't chop it. Bogosian retreats. And Bogosian, seeing the forechecking of Foreman, retreats behind his own net. For Daly. Through the middle, Armstrong has Harnden going on the left wing, and Harnden fell down, and Day right around for Caputi. Foreman through the middle, cross ice it goes. Beautiful feed for Legion. Inside move in on the first shot. Got a second one, and his shot was deflected wide. Caputi for Stefan Legion. Day will jump in off the point. Legion wasn't able to find him. He goes behind the net for Foreman. Caputi to Foreman. Foreman working behind the net now. It's chopped on the back of the net as they all try and get it free, and Daly is the one who picks up the puck. Daly to center. Shoots one in over the net, and the Petes want to change. Van Laren in a bit of trouble as he has a stick lifted by Therberge and then dives to get it out to center. Davey couldn't get it in very deep. Bergeron now has it inside the blue line. He gets shouldered off the puck by Bastian. Swift takes a hit from Davey, leaves it for Bergeron, across for Swift. Back to the line it goes. Schisto winds and shoots, and that's deflected by Kassian into the corner. Kassian will pick it up at the blue line now and send Bastian away. Tracito whiffed at his first attempt to chop at the puck, so Schisto has to go and help out his defensive partner. Agazino with his head up and Bergeron flying, and Bergeron takes it. Swift is going to the net, and Swift deflects it wide on a beautiful feed from Bergeron. Back to the line, Schisto. Cross for Bergeron. Bergeron, oh, risky pass for Swift. It ends up at the blue line, Schisto. Agazino, he tried to center it out front. It was blocked by Davey. Swift now has it. His centering attempt is picked off by Therberge. And Bastian, Therberge, and Kassian are away with Kassian shooting one, and that was deflected wide by Tracito.
Niagara needs a change. Got to get it over and in. They're tired.
Schisto, Bergeron fanned on his attempt to shoot it in. Brand across for Lowry. Shot down the ice, and Schisto is being chased by Tater. Krista Souza will pick it up in the corner. He takes a bump but got it to Sanderson, and Sanderson is flying. Good hit by Riley Brand, though. Stops Sanderson. To Souza for Merritt. It was behind him. Merritt tries to turn. Tater for Rihas. Away with Sorial, and Rihas and Sorial got their wires crossed. Riley Brand up for Tater. Drop back for Chad Lowry. Right in on Loverock, and Maoni is back. Here's Andrew Merritt at the half boards. He'll use the wall to get it to center. Backhanded right back in by LaPlante. Matthew Maoni for D'Souza. Andrew Merritt will take it, make a move at the blue line. And no further. Here's West for Walchesson. Walchesson with a wrister. Loverock with a save. Rebound is right there. West is jamming away, and Loverock covers. As a few words and shoves are exchanged in front of Andrew Loverock's net.
Again, Loverock doing a good job. He's always in position A. You see the replay here. Petes go hard to the net. They got 3 maroon sweaters going. Makes that first stop. Makes the second stop. Covers it up.
.11:58 to go in the third period. IceDogs comfortably ahead 5-0. Trying to win their second in a row. Calder's shot is wide. West will turn it behind the net, and Legion will play it. Foreman able to help it to center. Calder off of the glove of Tracito. Reggie Tracito for Legion. He's checked right away by Walchesson. West will take it at the blue line. Knocked askew by McEachern. Legion gets hooked down to the ice at the blue line. West will shoot it in. Takes a bump from McEachern. Healis, he throws Tracito hard into the boards. And Josh Day will pick it up. Siska for McEachern. And McEachern is away with a shot that's blocked by Bogosian. Big Jake LaPlante around the long side. Daly has to hustle, and Schisto is there to cut it off and shoot it behind the net for McEachern. LaPlante knocks him down. Into the corner for Siska. Daly, stopped by Alex Friesen. And Friesen to the half boards, picked up by Siska. Siska with a shot, and a save made by Mission. Friesen picking up the pursuit behind the net. Siska eludes a hit from LaPlante. Friesen with Armstrong all over him. It bounces in front off of Bergeron or Siska, and is covered by Mission in front of the net.
What a job this line of McEachern, Friesen, and Siska are doing. What an awesome job. They have played so well tonight, and what a breath of fresh air for that third or fourth line to come out there and play and contribute offensively like they have tonight.
And that was through Alex Friesen's first OHL goal. Swift and Thurberge on the draw. And looking to break it out was Kassian. Bastian has it knocked away from him by Schistel. Calder will retreat back. Eludes Bergeron, shoots it down the ice. Chris Van Laren is back to play. He falls down. Nice recovery, though. Chops it up for Bergeron, and Bergeron had no idea where the puck was, but the whistle will blow.
Probably a lot of people in Niagara on the Lake this afternoon celebrating. Played with the midget AAAs last year in Niagara Falls. Showing his talent this year so far in this early season.
Schistel behind his net. He gets knocked down as he got it to Josh Day. Here's Michael Swift down the off wing with Agazino and Bergeron. Swift, Agazino tips it, and a good save made by Mission. He took it on the crest and held on.
They're getting it to the net. Getting it to the net quick, and that's exactly, here's the replay here. Michael Swift will get the puck. He'll see Agazino go in the net. He just fires a nice little dart, little deflection, boom. Mission makes a, Mission 6'7". Boy, does he ever cover a lot of net.
Yep. Behind the net, Armstrong will pick up a loose puck and gets it for Daly. And then Daly didn't take the puck with him. He chopped it out for Harnden. And here's Armstrong. Quiet game for Armstrong. Takes it to the backhand, and oh, look out. Loverock made the save and got piled into by Armstrong, and everybody's got a dance partner now, and Dave and Bogosian are throwing punches by the side of the net.
Yeah, Dave just ended latching up, and they're going toe-to-toe in the corner. Michael Swift came in to protect his goalie as well.
Day is getting the worst of the exchange right now. Swift and Armstrong are on their way to the penalty box. I don't think Bogosian connected with too many of his punches, though. And Andrew Loverock seems to be okay after he got piled into by Armstrong.
Well, Bogosian, he is 6'2", 200 pounds. Here's how it starts. Peterborough goes hard to the net. And then Armstrong just follows right through, right into Loverock, throws a little body check there. And then you can see Day in front of the net. Bergeron comes in from the top, from the defensive. Swift goes in there, and there he is. He tees off with Day.
Well, Armstrong made a little attempt to elude Loverock as we take a look at another angle.
Yeah, he went, talk about crash the net.
And Schistel and Swift both jumped in, and then the scrap that resulted was Bogosian and Josh Day.
Well, Josh Day got his first goal of the season in his first scrap.
Yep.
Just needs an assist now.
For the Gordie Howe hat trick. So I'm sure Armstrong was going to get the original call for goaltender interference, or for hitting the goaltender late.
I wouldn't be surprised if it's all even, because Armstrong's going to get the original call, Swift's going to get a roughing, and then Day and Bogosian are going to get
fighting majors. There's no advantage gained. When we take a look at the Peterborough bench, I'm sure they're more concerned about the fact that they're being sent to their 5th straight loss.
You look at Jody Hall, former NHL hockey player. He played with quite a few teams in the NHL.
He did.
Philadelphia being one of them.
Assistant coach to Vince Millette. They have an extra penalty, Ed, on the board actually for the Peterborough Petes. So the IceDogs will get a power play out of all of this. Video doesn't lie, and
Jody Hall's sitting there a little confused at the call. He still wants another explanation.
Yep. Schistel was in there throwing a couple of punches.
Good look at Drew Schistel up close. Draft pick of the Buffalo Sabres.
Armstrong, Ed, who ended up in the penalty box, is a third rounder of the Calgary Flames.
We've also got Calder for Peterborough. The Atlanta Thrashers took him in 2006 in the 7th round. Pretty big defenseman, 6'2", 200 pounds. So Foreman's going to take the draw with Caputi on the wing. Legion on the other for this power play. Schistel and Meoni on the point.
Thurberge and Bastien of the penalty killing forwards, along with Davey and Arturs Calder. So here's Matthew Meoni getting some power play time. Stefan Legion. This pass whistles behind Foreman, and Foreman drops it back for Meoni. Pressured right away by Thurberge. Foreman, Caputi with Foreman going to the slot. Now it's dropped back for Meoni. Cross for Drew Schistel. Schistel fanned on his first pass. Bastien checked him as it shot behind the net. Legion takes a hard bump on the play from Calder. Picked up by Luca Caputi. Caputi with a pass for Legion, and now we've got Foreman, and then we got another fight going on with Foreman and Bobby Davey. Foreman's a bit of a firecracker. And again is taking some shots here. Now he gets a right arm free.
Well, Davey's an awfully big boy, 6'1", 195. He's got a lot of reach. Foreman's just trying to get loose to throw a couple.
And then Davey gives his teammates a little extra cleanup as he tosses his helmet aside. Friday's game kind of, once it got out of hand, we saw several scraps results, and since it appears the Ice Dogs are on their way to a victory, we've seen a couple of tussles.
Well, Peterborough's a very frustrated team. This is going to be, what, their 5th loss in a row? And they're going to have some of their big boys step up and try to get something done here as far as a little morale going into the next game. You know, the Ice Dogs, I mean, you can't back down, but do what they can to stay out of it. They don't need any more suspensions.
And Peterborough, after this game, goes to home to Belleville, back-to-back to Oshawa, which is a fierce rivalry. And then they're home to Sarnia, so it doesn't get any easier for the Petes as they try and stem this losing streak.
Looks like it's going to be 4-on-4. Foreman must have got an extra instigator. Or the original cross-check, maybe?
Yep. Ice Dogs have at Barrie, home to Windsor, at Barrie, and then 3 in a row on the road, Owen Sound, Oshawa, and Ottawa, so they've got a tough stretch of games coming up.
Siska's going into the penalty box.
Now I got to see how they're going to squeeze 4 people into that penalty box. Break out the cards. They got to force them for Euchre in there.
Well, the Scotiabank's getting a lot of advertising this afternoon.
So it's 4-on-4 hockey now as the extra penalty goes to Foreman, and Caputi turns away from Lowry and is given a rough right. Caputi kept going though. Meoni off the point, and Meoni settles it with a sharp angle shot to hit the outside of the post. Caputi on with Legion. Lowry in the plant station at either post. Lowry will pick it up and send it around for Cassian. He's on the ice with Tatern. And Tatern is away, shooting it in. Meoni scurries back to play it around for Caputi. And watch out, here are Legion and Caputi with Meoni jumping into the rush. Legion, Caputi, Caputi takes it, stopped by Mission. The rebound was available before it was poked away. Schistel with a shot, and that one hits LaPlante. Legion in the slot with a quick release. He scores! Stefan Legion! makes it 6-0 Ice Dogs.
Well, Legion's so dangerous. He does that little fake pass and fires it on the short side of the goalie. And you can see he almost scored twice, maybe 3 times earlier, but Mission stuck those big legs out to stop it. And here's a good look there. That short side. That's a natural goal scorer there in Stefan Legion. Caputi does a nice job again into the net. Rebound comes to Legion. He'll cut through center. Throw a quick snapshot. And here we go.
And another fight going on, and this time it's Van Laren taking on Walchesson.
Oh!
And the linesmen are in quickly to break this one up. It's our 3rd fight of the period.
He landed one square right to the mush.
Now there are going to be 5 players in the penalty box, head for Niagara, and 4 for the Peterborough Petes. And there's a couple of timekeepers there who might not be long for their seats the way things are going here in the 3rd period.
Again, Petes are a little bit frustrated, and the Dogs aren't backing down here tonight. I'm counting on the Dogs bench. They've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 players on the bench.
It's quite an amusing sight in the penalty box right now. We'll take a look and see how this one
right
got
off the
underway.
face-off. Right in the top right of your corner, there it is. Watch this punch, Van Laren lands. As soon as they get up, he squares one right in the mush. Well, I'm gonna miss it there.
And as a side note, Stefan Legion made it 6-0 Ice Dogs with a goal from Schistel. And Jason Mission's 1.84 goals against average had suffered some irreparable damage.
That's Legion's 5th goal in the last 5 periods of play.
Tracito wires one in, and Mission makes the save, and here's it from the Niagara crowd as he'll hold on. It has been a long afternoon at the Gatorade Garden City Complex for the Peterborough Petes.
Well, going in today's game, Stefan Legion was tied for 10th in league scoring with 14 goals and 9 assists for 23 points. Now he's up to 16 goals. Not too shabby.
38 seconds left, or 35 seconds left now on a power play for Peterborough. Leone around, and Tatern takes a bump from Friesen. Back for Kolda. Rihas, and it's past Kolda and out and down the ice. Kolda pursued by D'Souza, and Big Kolda does a good job of skating. He still got it. Making a move into the corner and then backhanding it and leaving it for Sorial. Sorial will cycle it for Rihas, and Rihas operates behind the net. Siska is back on the ice. He was serving one of the penalties, and both teams are back to full and even strength. Calder's shot is deflected into the corner. Tatern turns with it. Friesen is right on top of him, and Friesen loses that battle. Rihas with a sharp angle shot, and it's stopped by Loverock, and the rebound cleared to Souza. Is away with Siska and Friesen. It's shot in off of Lowry, and Lowry tops it, and Mission has to cover. Here's Thurberge. He'll shoot one in. Schistel is lined up by Cassian. Thurberge is there to pick it up. Swift is in there checking as well. Caputi takes a bump, got it to Schistel, up to Swift. For McEachern. With Bergeron going to the nets, and Bergeron had his stick lifted by LaPlante. Then he got a shot away that Mission covered on. Schistel. Swift back for Caputi. He'll shoot one in behind the net. Swift behind for Bergeron, centering pass picked off by Riley Brand, and he will ice the puck for a stop in play with 5:37 left to go in the 3rd period. All Ice Dogs here, 6-0 is our score.
Drew Sistle's doing a nice job tonight for the Ice Dogs on D. They're down without Corrente and Pietrangelo, but the D that have showed up today have done a tremendous job, both offensively and defensively.
And right now it's the unusual defense tandem of Tricito and Legion. West for Daly, and Legion took it away from Daly. He adapts to his new defensive position well. Bouncing in the slot, and Tricito has to dive to poke it away. Helis takes it around behind the net. Legion lines him up and knocks him down. McEachern to the line, taken by Lowry. Shot right in, and Loverock made the save. Kolda to Lowry, and Lowry will ring one in. Tricito takes a light bump from West. We got another fight going on here again. McEachern and Keelis. McEachern lands a couple heavy shots, and Keelis responds with a southpaw. And now with a headlock, they both tumble to the ice for our fourth fight of the period. This one occurring with 4:56 left to go in the third period.
Well, this is Heelis' first OHL game tonight. And he got to his first fight. Hasn't seen a lot of ice time.
And see, there's at the top of our screen.
Corner, yep. McEachern starts with a little uppercut. Heelis comes back with a shot of his own right here. A little lefty, southpaw. Landed a couple there.
So as the benches get a little bit thinner, and the frustrations for the Petes continue, they're back to live action. Daly tries to get a shot that's blocked, and Merritt will turn it back with a soft pass for Barry Sanderson. Sanderson takes it to the outside on Jake LaPlante. Ends up in the corner with the puck. Merritt goes to the front of the net. Cycle for Agazzino. Agazzino gets pulled down by Daly. Gets knocked free, and Armstrong, who's back on the ice after serving his time, able to shoot it down the ice. Loverock out to play it. Schistel for Merritt. Andrew Merritt takes a bump from Riley Brand. LaPlante takes a high hit from Sanderson as he clears it. Armstrong takes it through center with Harnden helping him out. Merritt back checking. Chips it free for Luca Caputi. I see some unusual line, and Caputi got wiped out by Cassian, and Caputi's not happy. He almost got taken out at the knees. Cassian takes it right around Mayoni, and Mayoni bumps him in the corner. Thurberge. Shadowed by Friesen, and Friesen took it away from him and moved it for Siska. Makes a nice move, then he gets tripped up. There's a penalty coming up on the play. D'Souza gets a shot away, and then D'Souza got absolutely flattened by Cassian, and Legion is right in, and D'Souza is down on the ice, and he's not moving. And Cassian,
he first went after Caputi over there. Now he goes after D'Souza. He didn't even see what hit him, like a freight train.
And while Cassian is being ushered out of here, the concern right now, Ed Burkholder, is for Chris D'Souza, who got absolutely leveled as he shot that puck in.
You don't want to see that in the game today. That's how guys get injured. Concussions.
We'll be able to take a look and get a partial look at what happened here as we take a look at D'Souza on the ice.
Happened right along the blue line here. Right, boom, right there.
Boy, that's a late hit.
Yeah, the puck was clearly dumped in already.
And we see 2 minutes up on the board right now. And Chris D'Souza, who has played a valuable role this season for the Niagara IceDogs. And the concern right now is for him, and I mean, Cassian had an eventful shift as he took out Caputi and drew the ire of Caputi.
Well, first he went after Caputi in the neutral zone. It's happened right at the top of your screen right here. Boom, late hit. Wow. Caputi goes down. Caputi at that time wanted a little piece of him, but they didn't end up hooking up. And then he ends up taking out D'Souza. Legion, you could tell, is yapping at the bench down here, letting the Petes know that, hey, we're not going to take any of that. They've given Cassian a 5-minute.
And there's another penalty. The original penalty that was coming up for hooking is also up. And the Peterborough Petes here have come completely unglued in the third period.
Well, Cassian, 6'3", 205 pounds, and he was moving.
We see D'Souza at least get up into a roll over onto his stomach at least anyways. It was a great job by the training staff to go out there and take care of Chris D'Souza. And listen to the appreciative roar for D'Souza. Boy, you take a look at, he's already got some battle scars this year.
Well, he's a warrior. Just a little bit dizzy right now. And for a guy like D'Souza to stay on the ice, you know he's hurt, Steve.
Yep. One would think that video will go to the league as well, and they'll take a look at Zach Cassian's actions.
Well, like I said, the IceDogs got to stay disciplined here. They got 3 minutes, 29 seconds. Just keep it simple, get the puck in deep, and get out.
To the credit of the IceDogs, we've seen them be very, very aggressive at times this year. I think in this period, though, they've just been responding to the aggression of the Petes.
Yeah, they've played pretty disciplined tonight. Absolutely. And you can see from Thursday's game against Plymouth, they've changed their game plan. They're winning those battles. They're getting the puck in, not hesitating. Winning those battles on the boards has been a huge, huge factor in tonight's 6-0 lead so far with 3 minutes left in the game.
Swift and Armstrong on the draw, rung around hard by Kolda. And the IceDogs have a 2-minute advantage right now for a full 2 minutes, and then they're basically going to ride this game out on the power play, as Cassian is serving a 5-minute major. Swift for Caputi. Schistel. Down low it goes for Swift, up top for Schistel. Cross Legion wants to tee it up for Day. Schistel, he fakes the shot and then gave it away right to Armstrong. And Armstrong will kill a little bit of time as he makes a move through center, leaving it for Davey. Davey's soft shot is stopped by Loverock. Legion. Oh, he wanted Caputi on the break, and Davey stopped it. Here's Michael Swift. And Swift, he drops it back for Schistel. Cross it goes for Josh Day to Schistel. IceDogs will be patient. Swift to Schistel, high slot, shot coming, scores!
Caputi got a piece of that in front of the net. Nice shot from Schistel, and a great setup by Michael Swift. Nice quick wrist shot to the net by Schistel, and Caputi got a little piece of that. Give the IceDogs a 7-0. Here it is. Swift to Schistel. Quick shot, sees Caputi in front of the net, right off Caputi, and it's in.
IceDogs will remain on the power plays. We take a look at it from another angle. If it's Caputi, it's his 14th goal of the season. LaPlante clears one through center, and Tracito for Bergeron. Cross for Andrew Merritt. Sanderson. He gets bumped on the half boards. It'll come out for Maoni. Sanderson turns it back for Jason Bergeron. Bergeron back for Sanderson. Down low for Bergeron. Tracito gets it back for Bergeron. Here's Sanderson. Bergeron setting up Tracito at the top. Maoni. And Thurberge checks him. Sanderson will pick it up in the slot and backtrack it to Tracito. Cross for Matthew Maoni. Maoni with a shot, and the save made by Mission. And he will hold on with 1:34 left to go in the third period.
Well, the Ice Dogs feeling pretty relieved. Get that monkey off their back with the home situation they found themselves in.
They've lost 4 out of the last 5 home games. Agazzino. Van Laren across for Day. Across to Agazzino. He just deflected it wide. Agazzino sets up Van Laren. He shoots it in the corner. Davey will pursue. Siska is there to touch it for Friesen. And Friesen will operate out of the corner with a pass for Chris Van Laren across for Day. Here's Siska. He'll take it at the half board. He winds and shoots, and that one's deflected into the netting for a stop and play. With 1:03 left to go. I think we can safely put any questions about an Ice Dogs scoring slump to rest, Ed.
I mean, 17 goals in their last 2 games. That's a lot of pucks in that for any team.
Kolda off the draw. The Petes just want to see this last 55 seconds tick off the clock and head out of town. Chris Van Laren for Josh Day. Day has his first goal of the season today. That made it 3-0 at the time. Now it's 7-0. .35 seconds remaining. And Josh Day is in no hurry to move the puck. And now he'll turn it back against Thurberge. Here's Alex Friesen. Making a move, stopped by Kolda. Flipped out for Van Laren. Agazzino dropping it back. The Ice Dog fans rise as one as they enjoy the Ice Dogs. After getting shut out 2 games in a row, they win 7-0, and Andrew Loverock has a shutout here today at the Gatorade Garden City Complex. A complete team performance today at Burkholder.
Right from the goalie out. Loverock stopping 35 shots, played very solid. Defense had a great game forward. They won those battles. And that's the Ice Dogs that we've seen earlier in the year. And it seems to me that they're back.
First shutout of the year for the Niagara Ice Dogs as they celebrate with their fans. Ice Dogs win. Ice Dogs win. Final score, Niagara 7, Peterborough 0. We're back to wrap after this. You're watching the OHL tonight on TV Cogeco.
Well, we're back at the Gatorade Garden City Complex in St. Catharines. A 7-0 Ice Dogs victory over the hometown, or on behalf of the hometown Niagara Ice Dogs over the visiting Peterborough Petes, a game that dissolved into some unforeseen circumstances late in the game, that things weren't quite as good for the Peterborough Petes, and they became a little unhinged, it looked like there. Some multiple point efforts by Michael Swift, the team captain, and Stefan Legion tonight, and Michael Swift joins us now. Michael, a goal and 3 assists, pretty breakout effort for you today.
Yeah, just the way things are going today. You know, I've been getting the chances lately this season, but they haven't been going my way. But tonight, you know, they found lucky and they went in.
You prefer to lead by example rather than by a more verbal way on this team as team captain?
Yeah, we have so many guys in the room that that can put the C on, but let's go out there and work hard, and hopefully the young guys will learn from me, and that's what I'm doing.
Any reports on Chris D'Souza? Is he looked like he got up on his feet okay under his own power there, but it was a few scary moments for the team?
Yeah, it looked like he was out for a little bit, but I don't know. We'll see when we go back in the room what's wrong with him. He's a tough kid, so I'm sure he'll be okay.
Kind of the last thing you guys need is more injuries or suspensions on this team. You really were a little short-handed out there today.
Yeah, we had guys step up, like Reggie's playing the point there, he's a forward. And then, in the end we had Legion and Caputi playing, and us on the power play playing the point. Everyone's contributing. And our fourth line, they're playing lost. They're playing like a second line right now. So, every time they're on the ice, they're a threat.
Well, Michael Swift, congratulations to you and the Ice Dogs on a well-deserved victory. A couple of big games, 10-2 on Friday night there back home in Mississauga. That must have felt pretty good, and followed up with a 7-0 victory here today.
Thank you.
Michael Swift, the team captain of the Niagara IceDogs, and right now we're going to send things back upstairs for more from Steve and Ed.
All right, thanks very much, Al. I want to build off a point that Al and Michael Swift were talking about there in terms of guys seamlessly adapting to different roles. I mean, the IceDogs threw 5 forwards out on the power play, Trucito playing the point, and that's a team that, is willing to do the little things.
Well, it certainly is. When Coach Shaquille can throw on Sanderson or Trucito or Legion back on the point to play, Michael Swift has had a lot of power play time on the point. Just shows how versatile this hockey club is, and Michael Swift made a great point about the fourth line. McEachern and Siska, those guys are playing phenomenal, and when you can put on your third or fourth line and their offensive threat, it's a huge, huge factor for the IceDogs. Very long season, and for a team to be able to roll 4 lines very comfortably is a huge factor down the stretch.
Yeah, Friesen with his first goal of the season, along with Josh Day, along with that, and it didn't seem that the IceDogs are missing their big quarterback, and Alex Pietrangelo didn't really miss him at all, and that's also a sign of a good team.
Well, we mentioned that before the game, that when you have a couple big stars like Corrente and Pietrangelo, now Josh Day and Drew Sisto can rise up to the occasion. They both played phenomenal, got a couple points each, or at least a point each. They headman the rush very well. And one of the things that the IceDogs really did, as opposed to last game here Thursday against Plymouth, is they kept their game simple. They got it out of their end. There wasn't those cross-ice passes. There wasn't all the commotion in the neutral zone. A lot of teams come into Niagara and they do that 1-2-2 trap and they hem them in because they know the defensemen like to move it in their end. Tonight they played a simple game like Coach Tequila wanted them to. They got the puck out, they got it in, and they got it to the net, and they peppered Mission with, I think, 45, 46 shots tonight, and that was a huge factor in tonight's win.
I wonder what the Peterborough Petes, what sort of message they were sending maybe to their teammates with all the fights that occurred in the third period, and I wonder if all these fights, are they a rallying point for a team, or is it a sign of a team that's becoming a little bit unhinged?
Well, I think it's a little bit of both. Their morale's down. They lose their last 4 going into this. This is going to be 5 in a row. Their players, the veterans, are saying enough is enough. Let's do something to rally this team. Sometimes a team will go to a couple scraps at the end of the game when they know they're out of it, so that they can build a little morale going into the next game. It's old school hockey. You can't argue with it. But 0-5 in their last 5. They're a pretty desperate team right now, and desperate times call for desperate measures.
So the IceDogs build on their momentum with their 10-2 victory on Friday night, win their second in a row, 7-0 over the Peterborough Petes. And with that, we'll send it back downstairs to Al Galloway. Al?
Thanks very much, gentlemen, and it was a big game here. 7 goals in total. Let's count them down for you now. Stefan Legion got it all going at 4:17 of the first on the power play. Swift with his first of 4 points on the day. Sanderson also chipping in. Then Michael Swift with his goal on the day at 13:01. Caputi and Legion on the assists. And then at 16:10, Josh Day contributed a goal with Andrew Merritt on the assist. 3-0 through 1 period of play. Alex Friesen in the second period with his first ever OHL goal. Van Laren and Chistel on the assists. Andrew Agazzino at 17:38 from Van Laren and Swift. And then in the third, Legion from Chistel at 11:35 before Luca Caputi found the range on the power play at 17:34, with Swift getting his final point on the day, as well as too did Drew Chistel. Let's take a look at the 3 stars this afternoon. The goaltender Andrew Loverock with the shutout. Stefan Legion, number 2 star with 3 points on the afternoon. And with his 4-point effort and the subject of our post-games interview, Michael Swift, the team captain, the number 1 star. Taking a look at upcoming games on the Action Pack and TV Cogeco. November 8th, the Petes will host the Belleville Bulls, 7 o'clock at the Memorial Center. And moving on, that same night from the Molson Center in Barrie, the Ice Dogs will be the guests of the Barrie Colts, 7:30 game time there. And then next Sunday, Remembrance Day, 2 o'clock, live from the Gatorade Garden City Complex here in St. Catharines. It will be the Ice Dogs and the Windsor Spitfires. Well, that's it, a 7-0 win for the Ice Dogs today. They've scored 17 goals in their last 2 hockey games. I guess it's safe to say they've broken out of their slump. And so for Steve Clark and Ed Burkholder up in the booth and our entire TV Cogeco crew, I'm Al Galloway saying thanks for watching and join us again next time on the OHL Tonight on TV Cogeco.
Davey Stockton. Here's Michael Swift. And Swift. He drops it back for Schistel. Cross it goes for Josh Day to Schistel. Ice Dogs will be patient. Swift to Schistel. High slot. Shot coming. Score!